First of all, congratulate Dallas Baptist. They were obviously very good offensively tonight, and got an early lead, and I think we gave up 4 innings with two or more runs. So just credit their offense and credit their their pitching. They did just enough there at the end, and it's a tough loss for us. We got a little bit of ways to go now in the tournament, but we'll hand the ball off to Jack tomorrow and see what we got.
All right, if you have a question for either Corey, Quincy Rex, or Nelson, please raise your hand and we will bring you the microphone.
Actually, I'll come around. There you go.
For Corey or Nelson, what was MD Johnson? What was he doing well tonight to kind of move the pitches around?
I felt like he was locating his pitches very well. He commanded inside, outside, low and away. He had a slider going, and that was his main pitch tonight. And he knew how to locate it, and he knew how to throw it for strikes.
And Corey, playing in your first postseason game here, what was your approach, your first at bat, and what did you see on the home run?
My first game in a regional is a really big experience, so I try to not let the game get too fast on me and look for a pitch I can handle. And I got lucky enough to drive one.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, we'll excuse them and then open up questions for Coach O'Sullivan. Any questions for Coach O'Sullivan?
Coach, probably not what you expected from Tommy. Was there anything you could see in his warm-up or early on that could have led to what happened tonight?
No, I really don't have an answer. I fully expected him to come in and pitch well. I mean, he had 9 days to prepare for the start, and honestly, I don't know what happened. I knew he had trouble locating a slider down the way, and he had 2 outs, nobody on the first, and we ended up giving up 2 runs, gave up 4 consecutive hits, I believe, and then I think we hit Sosa to start the second. So obviously it wasn't ideal to go to the pen that early.
And then having to go to the pen that early, did you like what you saw from Christian Scott? He was able to get out of that first inning quick, gave it the 1 run later.
Well, I mean, honestly, none of the guys really located and threw the ball that well. I mean, you kind of saw up close tonight what we've been going through the entire year. We had a 25-pitch first inning. We gave up 2 outs with nobody on. 2 runs with 2 outs and nobody on, and didn't close out the inning. Then we scored 2 in the top of the second, and then we turned around and gave up rebound runs again. I think we did it 3 times again tonight. Christian came in and did a nice job. We got a ground ball double play. And then 2 consecutive innings, we start the count 2-0 to start the inning. We give up 2 hits to start innings because we're behind in fastball counts. We had to, remind him 3 times or so tonight to make sure he came set because it almost looked like he balked. We had that issue with a couple of the freshmen this year about coming set. I thought Ben came in and did a nice job. But it always comes down to a pitch here, a pitch there. We had Bandy with 2 strikes, and I think we threw 3 sliders in a row. And, I think he's got about 50% swing and miss on sliders, and we didn't land one of them, one of the 3. So the plan was hopefully get Bandy right there. And then I felt good about bringing in Ben with his velo, the way he's been throwing recently. And sure enough, he struck out Icer. That would have ended the inning, but we couldn't land one of the sliders. And then, obviously in the 9th there we make an error, but, we walk the next guy. And then there's 3 runs on the board. We gave up, I think, like I said, 3 times tonight. I think we gave up rebound runs. And, that's the tough thing that you kind of replay the game in your mind. You lose by 3 and you got a chance. If we just make a couple more pitches here or there, close out the first or land one of those sliders or, give up 1 and 1 instead of 3 late there, who knows? But that's been kind of our MO all year long. We've given up big innings and, we've had a lot of leadoff men get on because they've been in, offensive counts. And, I don't know if we've ever had a staff, give up that many runs after we've scored rebound runs. And I told the team at the end, I couldn't be more pleased offensively, how we've been swinging the bat, and defensively how much we've improved throughout the course of the year. I mean, you score 8 runs in first game of a regional, you should win. I mean, we over the years we've been hard to score, that many runs against somebody's number 1 or 2, especially in regional settings. So, yeah, all in all, it's disappointing. I think by game 58 we would have some of these things squared away, but obviously we don't.
Do you, as a coach, I mean, game 58, do you run out of ways to talk to your team about that? Is it the same thing over and over?
I mean, we do this every year. I don't know. This is my 21st year between Clemson and Florida. I'm not quite sure why it hasn't sunk in, but we'll have to figure out another way. But at the end of the day, these freshmen, they got to learn. There's ups and downs, and there's it's a process, but you shouldn't have to be at a point by game 58 to remind them to come set. I mean, you're sitting over there in dugout getting nervous because, I mean, it's close, and we did that at Georgia, and we did that quite a bit this year. So we just got to figure out another way to get our point across.
Any other questions for Coach O'Sullivan?
Like, you got it.
All right, we'll continue. We'll have an opening statement from Coach Hefner, and then we'll open up the floor to questions for the student athletes. Coach.
Well, I thought our guys really came ready to play, which is not a surprise. They were really excited to be here and couldn't wait to get on the field. I thought MD gave us a really good start through the first 6 innings. I thought up and down the lineup we had quality at bats all game long, and I thought we played some really good defense too. I thought the 3 double plays were a big turning point in a few of those innings, and then some situational hitting too. The bunt. The Scorum situation, Icer's double there at the end, the insurance runs ended up being a big deal for us. So, again, I thought the guys were ready. I thought they were at the perfect level to go out and compete well. MD gave our guys confidence the way he started the game, and we're really looking forward to tomorrow night now.
Questions for Jackson Glenn and MD Johnson.
I guess MD, for you, I guess what was your mindset going into this, and I guess did you feel like you pitched the game that you wanted to today to kind of help your guys just in terms of keep them in the fight?
Really just tried to come in tonight and just give the start that we needed innings-wise so we can save the bullpen for the rest of the weekend and just pound the strike zone with all of my pitches, so beat them in zone. And for the overall outing, I mean, we won, and that's all that really matters to me.
Jackson, you guys obviously got to Tommy Mace pretty early. Just what were you seeing out of him early to allow you guys to have some success?
I don't know. I think the whole lineup did just a great job of going up to the plate with a plan. And with a plan like ours, I mean, it's we're just kind of sold out to a certain pitch, and we're just trying to square them up the best we can. And luckily we kind of got away with that early. And so putting the ball in play hard like that, really gave us momentum to just kind of push forward to the game. So, yeah, I think we just did a great job.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, we'll excuse them and then open up questions for Coach Hefner.
Coach, for a team, obviously now Texas Tech, next step for you guys. How do you quick scout a team like that?
Well, that's kind of the benefit of the regional, just the format. We had the conference tournament last weekend. As soon as we found out on Monday who were playing, obviously we spent the majority of our time getting ready for Florida, but we've been ready for Texas Tech as well. So we've already been watching video on them and scouting them, and I think we have a good game plan. Need to find out who they're starting and kind of finish up our work on that.
So from what you've seen, as much as you can give us, kind of what is your quick scouting report on Texas Tech? As much as
I mean, they're a great team. They're a balanced team offensively. They have multiple ways that they can score, multiple ways they put pressure on you. Experience, they've been in the postseason every year, so this is nothing new for them. But to win the Big 12 outright and to be a national seed, they're outstanding in everything they do. So, but if we come and play our game, then we know it's going to be a good ball game tomorrow night.
Coach, I guess I kind of asked MD, but I guess could you have expected anything better than what he kind of gave you in terms of pitching, to where you didn't really have to kind of waste some arms tonight?
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job through the first 6, and then the 3 walks there were, that was disappointing. If he could, because his pitch count was down thanks to the double plays. The 3 double plays really kept the pitch count down. Would have really liked to see him just pound the strike zone there in the 7th inning. If he could have got us through the 7th, that would have really put us in good shape from a bullpen standpoint. But we're fine, and for him to go 6 2/3 like that was a really quality start for us. And I thought, I'm just going to focus on what he did early on, and I thought, just his presence, his tempo. After giving up the 2 runs, we scored, and then he was able to put up some zeros. I think gave our guys a lot of confidence and led to some quality at bats and able to extend the lead.
How important is it for some of you guys to kind of have that experience of playing here before, compared to where sometimes at a regional you're at a new location, so to speak?
Yeah, it definitely helps. Just to be familiar with the surroundings, the environment, the stadium. I think, being able to visualize and see yourself do something before you do it is a big deal. So just like you said, the fact that half our team was here last year and has seen this environment. MD Johnson has pitched in a regional here before. So I think that it just helps them mentally when they do get in the game. It's not completely new and different to them.
how much are you allowed to tell your players kind of to remember what they've seen from Texas Tech in the past, or how much do those types of teams change year by year?
Yeah, I mean, teams change, but I think there's different styles of play and ways that people go about things, and those things kind of stay the same in good programs. I think that's what makes programs good, is they have a style of play, they have a culture that allows them to be successful, and they continue to do that year after year. And Texas Tech is definitely one of those programs where they do things well, and they have a just kind of a style of play, the way they go about things, the way they carry themselves. So not a lot that we talk about with the guys. It's just, honestly, our focus is more about what we do, and we know if we do our job well that we're going to be right in the ball game, and then it just comes down to making plays and pitches and getting the hits when you need them.
Coach is going to kind of go down as a footnote, that catch that your left fielder made at the end. I mean, what was your thoughts on just, that could prevented some tense moments there? Yeah,
that would have gotten real dicey there if he doesn't catch that ball, because now we're looking at a 11-10 game with a guy in scoring position. He's the best left fielder I've ever seen. Like, he's been doing stuff like that for us all year long. He's just, like you saw in that play, he's fearless. He gets great reads on balls. It is just right off the bat, he was sprinting in on that, and then to have the confidence to dive and do the roll on it as well. So usually you think left field is a spot where you put a hitter and you can maybe hide him defensively. He's kind of changed our thinking on that a little bit this year.
Coach, every time Florida was able to score, you guys were able to respond and put runs back. How did that help MD, and what does that just do for your offense and kind of keeping the momentum going?
Yeah, I do think momentum's a big deal at the college level, and just from a confidence standpoint, especially in the first game of a regional, where we have some experience, but half our guys have never experienced it before. So I think that was really important for them, that to score first. It started with that we scored first, and I think you can just kind of feel everybody relax a little bit, and then they came right back at us though and scored 2 of their own. But then for us to answer back, again, I think just to keep the momentum in our dugout and relax everybody, and then MD started putting up some zeros for us, and then I think that really led to, it said pitching gives you confidence, and after we scored again and went up 4-2, and then MD started putting up some zeros for us, I think that gave our team a lot of confidence for the remainder of the game.
Coach, I know you kind of alluded to it, to where you guys kind of looked at Texas Tech a little bit. Did you have an idea of who you might be starting, dependent on what happened, I guess, today?
Who we will start? We'll start Jordan Martinson.
Coach, a lot of guys were saying in practice yesterday that the ball kind of flies here. Are there certain parks where you just go in kind of knowing how the ball goes out or how the ball travels, that it's going to be maybe more high-scoring game than you're used to?
Yeah, there's definitely ballparks play differently. I think this one's kind of unique. Like, it has a reputation for being a hitter's ballpark, but we've usually been here later in the year, and it hasn't been that way so much. And I think this weekend, like, it was blowing in today, and there were some home runs, but they were kind of down the line, and they were hit really well. There were some balls that were really well struck to center field early in the game that didn't go out and didn't even come close. So I wouldn't say it's hitter friendly right now. Obviously, if the wind switches, then it can become very offensive, but it's not right now.
Any more questions?
Thank you.